a really good time last night. This is New Year's Day, and I spent New Year's Eve in my sleeping bag, warm as toast. But right now in this motorhome, it is about 45, now I'm going to give it 48 degrees, which is a little too cold for me, but I'm not going to start up that buddy heater, because I'm not going to be around that long. I am going to make some coffee this morning, and I wanted to show you folks this, because this is how I made coffee at home for years. And the only reason I stopped doing this was because I was making way too much coffee. I've actually cut this back a little bit. I used to fill this thing up, which this holds 8 cups of water, and I just put 6 cups in it this morning, which is still a lot of coffee. And I'm going to be vibrating like crazy, I know, but I'm going to be out on the road, so I don't care. Maybe I can pick up some extra money on the way, stop and buy construction sites, mixing paint for the painters. You know, hand me your gallon of paint, and I'll shake that up for you. Anyway, a lot of people call this river coffee. Some people call it camp coffee. But what I'm going to do is bring this 48 ounces of water to a boil. And that'll take just a few minutes. So as soon as this gets boiling, I'll be right back. I did want to show you one other thing. I cooking over a open fire out camping out. It messed up my little plastic lid that was on here. I don't know why it never bothered this handle, but the heat from the fire never bothered that handle. But anyway, I just took one of these eye bolts and put it through there. I think I had to drill that hole a little bigger, and I cut this eye bolt off shorter. But I just put that on there, and that makes a great handle, and it's not going to burn off of there. This that's a stainless steel eye bolt, and this coffee pot will burn up before that thing does. So anyway, let's let this water get boiling, and I'll show you what I do next. Okay, so this is boiling. Took, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes to start boiling. Now you want to turn that off. You want to bring that just down below the boiling point. You do not want to put your coffee in boiling water. You don't want it boiled. And something else that Walmart haters might hate, I have discovered this great value coffee. It's 100% Arabica, which is the best bean. If it doesn't say Arabica on your coffee label, then it probably has these Robusta, they're called, beans blended in with Arabica. Maybe it doesn't even have any Arabica in it at all. But anyway, Arabica is what you want to look for. This is Colombian, and this is a medium roast, which is what I like. I think they make other roasts, but I don't like that French roast. It's way too strong for me. And this medium dark does me real well. So anyway, and I'm one of those people that keeps his coffee in the freezer. Now that stopped boiling. So I'm going to take my little measuring thing. which I keep in the coffee. I believe that's a half tablespoon. And I use that rounded. Not level, but rounded. And I'm going to put 3 of those in there. Three. Okay, coffee back in the freezer. Lid back on there. Now the true coffee snobs say to let that steep 5 to 7 minutes. Now I'm going to let it go about 10. They say that makes the coffee too bitter, and it doesn't make it too bitter for me if you leave it in there longer than 5 to 7 minutes. 10 minutes doesn't bother me at all, and that makes what I call a really good cup of coffee. So let's let that go for its 10 minutes, and I'll be right back. Alright folks, it's been 10 minutes, and I'm going to get this ready to drink. Now, a little trick you can do on this, if you don't do it like I do, I'm going to use this coffee filter, but if you're out on a riverbank or in a campground or whatever, making this coffee, if you'll take about an ounce or 2 of cold water and pour on the top of this, then those grounds will sink to the bottom. Right now they're floating on the top. So just a little bit of cold water around on the top of the grounds, and they'll float to the bottom, and then you can pour it off into a cup. But what I do is, and I'm going to give this a little stir. I like to froth it up real good. I have a carafe here, just a regular old stainless steel carafe. I used to have another plastic one like you'd get at House of Pancakes or something, but I finally wore it out. But this is one of those that's called a permanent filter that you can buy. And this one's clean. It's just stained up from years of use. I've had this for years. But I'll take this permanent filter, put it down in that carafe, and then I'll pour this coffee through that permanent filter. That's all that takes. I'm going to take this, put it in that sink there for a little bit. That'll dump out in the trash can when it's a little drier. I'm going to use this coffee cup from yesterday. I have some travel mugs with lids on them, but why mess up something else to wash? Let's put this lid on here. Alright, now I've got a good hot cup of coffee for the morning. And I'm going to be about ready to go. I was going to make this just the beginning of part 2 of the Birmingham to Tampa Bay video, but I might just make this a stand on its own video. So I'll have a little solo tidbit coffee making video, and part 2 of Birmingham to Tampa Bay will be coming shortly after this. I'm just going to enjoy a little bit of this coffee while I'm waiting for it to get daylight, which shouldn't be too long. It's 6:51 Eastern, a.m. And I'm going to have a little coffee and brush my teeth and splash my face off. Tonight I'm going to take a shower, and after I get to the campground, and meet up with that buddy of mine, and hopefully he's got someplace figured out to watch the Alabama-Clemson game. And I'm worried about my Alabama in this game, but I think they stand as good a chance to win as Clemson does. And as a matter of fact, they're favored by 3 points. I don't know why. But anyway, let's have some good coffee, and I'll see you in part 2 of Birmingham to Tampa Bay. Everybody take care.